it easy. What the f*** is this for this? I couldn't help myself. I had to play that.
Welcome back to Andertons TV. Now, back at the NAMM show in 2024, January 2024, Pete and I walked past the Mooer stand, massive stand, loads and loads of cool tech on it. But what really caught our eye was some actually rather lovely looking guitars on the Mooer stand. And we sort of wandered over under this GTRS brand, and we saw like Wilkinson hardware and funky headless fangs and
fan frets
and modern guitars and traditional.
Look at that! Look at this thing, man. Honestly, look at the neck on that thing.
So
it's sexy.
We picked them up and we plugged them in. They had headphones on the stand. I think that like iPads and stuff like that. And it soon became apparent that I guess this is the technology that it's sort of inevitably been moving towards, right?
Yeah.
Which is where everything is in the guitar.
Yeah.
Right? So your guitar amps, your loopers, your tuner.
Your drums.
Yeah, your drums, your access to uploading and downloading presets from the cloud were all in the guitar. Well, we both thought, this is pretty cool, right?
It's like having one of those Fender Mustangs, First Mustang Plus, it's a whatever, but it's just built into your guitar.
Yeah.
It's everything in one.
It got even more mind-blowing than that in that the pickup selector could recall different modelled guitar tones, so it could be a Les Paul when it was here or a Tele, it's like, and we're going to go into that.
Yeah.
So,
and then what really got me is the ecosystem of what they do, wireless, Bluetooth. So you've got like a Bluetooth switch which attached to the guitar, and then it gets attached Bluetooth wire to an amplifier, so it's all wireless as well. It's quite clever.
Now, I don't know what we'll cover in today's video because today this is very much you and me and Pete going on a discovery journey.
Yeah.
We've had about 15 minutes messing with the app. And the manual is kind of built into the app. So anything you're going, I wonder what that does. There's like a little question mark and you sort of press it and then you press the thing that tells you what it does.
Yeah.
So let's see how we go. The guitars themselves, and whether we might demo this right at the end of the feature or we may not, I'm not sure. The guitars themselves, if you just switch off the Mooer bit and plug
like
into a normal,
I'll demonstrate. Off.
Yeah, and then plug into a normal guitar amplifier, all of a sudden, it's just a normal guitar. So don't worry too much about, the technology becoming redundant. Even if this bit becomes like, totally out of date, the guitar itself is a really nice guitar. And I'll talk about some of the specs in a minute. Now, you're going to have to use this guitar, Mr. Pete.
Oh, right, okay.
Because that's the one that's connected to my phone.
I would put this Baby Shark coloured thing down on the
ground. I
ground.
think the one we've got here is like an S900 or something, but again, I'll go through specs in it. So this green guitar here is the P801. We've actually got it with a rosewood board in a beautiful dark night colour there as well. But don't worry too much about which guitar we're using. We'll go through all of those at some point. The Mooer technology in them is the same on all the guitars. And where to start? Shall we start with the sort of, perhaps we'll start with just a quick tour of the app. So it's the home page starts with this connection page. Obviously you connect it. It's quite a clever one. On the backs of the guitars is a little QR code and you scan the QR code from the app here, and it knows everything. It knows the serial number of the guitar, the color of it, which
your
model,
address,
everything.
your mother's maiden name.
From this screen, I've got a folder which takes me into the sort of the main menu where I've got different tones and stuff. I've got a global kind of mixer settings thing here, and I have got a spanner which it takes me into where I can do the tones. Yes, kind of feeling like actually the spanner one might be a good place to start, because I guess we want to see how we get guitar tones, right? So two options, or two elements to this, if you like. We hit the little flashing kind of Mooer button. What do they perhaps?
Which is this one here?
Yeah, on the app. And now these kinds of pages are getting more and more familiar, I think, if you're using pedals with apps that come with them or whatever. So again, you're going to see now I've got all my different presets up here. These are just the presets that come with it. I might click one, it'll then load in a different chain of effects. Across the top here, you can see these kind of rectangular icons here. If I want to see what amplifier I've chosen, I just hit the amplifier. And again, you can see immediately underneath it, it tells me that I've got a US 65 Deluxe. And if I hit that, I can choose a different amplifier. I mean, this is hard to know whether or not, if we start trying to demonstrate all of this, we'll be here all day.
But did I notice that it said in there, if you please hit the like,
that's this
like
last
and subscribe?
one, isn't it?
Is that
the one, the like and subscribe button at the end here.
Please like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell.
So you've got boost pedals in the front, amplifiers, cabs. I think the cabs are real IRs on them, aren't they? And then all of your different effects here. So let's say I wanted to add, I don't even know what this sounds like. What's this sound like?
Let's see.
Maybe I've chosen quite possibly the worst.
Yeah,
let's
just
try
a clean amp or something.
Let's try Modern Blues.
Okay.
And let's say I wanted to change or add some reverb to that. So I would press the reverb button. You'll see the parameters come up underneath. I've not seen this done before. I don't think even Pete's for this. So if I hold the level button and drag slightly to the to the right, you can actually see there's like a 0 to 100 kind of line marker, which is pretty easy to do. So if I want, if I want more, if I want to adjust.
Am I right in saying if you click there, you can choose the different reverbs?
Here.
Oh, there it is.
So if you want a plate reverb, you go here. So imagine a full suite of. In fact, while we're here, rather than just show you how to edit, I'll just go through some of the presets put in place. This is Butter.
Can I just point out before I keep going here that if I use the pickup select switch, it just changes it like a normal guitar. You know what I mean?
Except that in the Mooer mode, it's changing the model of that pickup.
Exactly.
So it doesn't have to be a 5-way Strat pickup. It could go from a Les Paul in one position to, and I'll show you that in a minute.
That sounds great, man.
Of course, the other thing this is such a terrible random rambling demonstration.
It's fine. That's what people want.
We're plugged straight into our computer interface.
Yes.
My gut feeling is the biggest use for these will be to just put a headphone socket in. So 100%, the output on your guitar, there's a mode where it'll drive a pair of stereo headphones.
Which is cool. You've got USB-C there to charge it. Boom.
Yep.
So it's not like
in fact,
batteries.
if you look at the bottom left of my screen, you get an idea of how much battery charge you've got left here as well. So let's just try some other presets. But yeah, imagine you're listening to this through headphones, or you've plugged into your computer speakers or whatever. That's how it works.
Ain't no wrong with that. Am I right saying there's a tuner in there just because it's...
You are correct in saying that. Tuner is here, and it's a nice looking tuner actually, look. I can mute it if you don't want to hear yourself, look.
That's clever. I like it. Good tuner. Looks good.
Yep, it does indeed. So let's go back to where we were.
Is there some crazy sounds in there, Lee? Like some...
I mean, look, to be honest, there's probably loads. Eric Johnson lead sound.
Oh, God. Is that Cliff
Now,
the Dome?
again, if the presets that come with this aren't enough, you do, like you have so with so many things now, you have a cloud of a zillion, gabillion things. You can go and share your patches with other users or download their patches if you want to, all split into sort of 3 basic banks of tones. So clean sounds, low gain sounds, high gain sounds.
Oh, I love a bank, mate.
I thought you might.
Yeah.
As you write, as the sort of opposite of that. So this one here is the upload one. So if I want to take that, make my own
so
sounds,
you can then
upload them.
What?
And then of course I've got the one that looks like a floppy disk is basically the sort of the save one. So if I just want to save them locally, floppy disk.
Floppy disk.
A floppy disk. I don't know what that's.
Yes, but
It's a bit old, isn't it? We're still using a floppy disk icon to saving things. Imagine you've got built into this now your whole, guitar effects unit. Now, this is where it gets kind of crazy as well. So if I go now, so I've gone back to that main screen where it shows you the guitar. Now I've hit this button that says GTRS Original Tone.
Uh-huh.
So if you there you go. Watch Pete changes the selector switch on there. You can see the pickup setting is changing. So its default here is to be sort of like an emulation of those 5 things. However, so let me switch this tone capture thing on.
Yeah.
Now, so the idea is, let's say I don't want position 5 to be a neck pickup on a Strat. I want position 5 to be a Les Paul. What now happens if you go back to position 1? So I'm guessing if you go back to position 5, right, so it's like one of those, it just remembers what your last thing was. So I don't have to have 5 different Strat positions. I could literally have one set to being a Les Paul. I could have one set to being a Telecaster. So here's... That was like a Jaguar. I mean, we could go... Allegedly, Mark Holcomb's PRS SE.
Wow,
I'm assuming they must have done. You can see under the here as well, I can change some of the treble and bass, EQ of that. So that's kind of a bit of fun if you really, I'm not entirely sure that that's something I would use, but if you if you want to make your S800, S900, whatever, P800 sound like a Les Paul, then you give that a whirl.
Go back to the normal one. Is it go back to the Strat? That's or the the normal.
I'm interested here. Now, obviously, the fact that I can turn this on and off, I wonder if it is switching between the actual pickups. So if I turn this off...
Pick the Les Paul one, then it's a little bit more, or something that's different.
Okay, so...
Okay, so you have, that's much more...
Yeah, so I'm taking a bit of a guess here, but my guess is that with tone capture off, it is using the pickups that are in the guitar. With tone capture on, it's using like a modelled alternative to that. That's the sort of overview of what happens from this page. So where again you've got, if you remember rightly, again you've got all your different amplifiers over here, and if you want to make your guitar sound like a different guitar, you can do that here. The folder up here, it's called your tone library. This is again just where you can pre-store.
Go back to that one.
So again, entirely up to you which of your presets you decide to save within the tone library, but that's just a really fast access way of getting some sounds that you like. So that was the folder. The EQ mixer, there's not much to show you here. Again, that's just about controlling the volume levels of the different outputs here. Do you know what I haven't tried yet, which I don't know if it'll work, is if I start to play some music through my phone, whether it will come out through this, but we'll find out shortly.
But it does the drums and it's got the looper in as well, which is incredible.
Back on the settings again, this is where we've got sort of 10 different windows from here. So global settings, right, that was where we set this, do I want to use headphones, a power amp, or an interface? And we've got some global EQ on here as well. Super knob mode. What is that? Oh, okay. So your super knob, you can elect. Is that going to switch through presets, or is it going to switch through your different guitar pickup things? So is that?
This is the super knob, right?
Yeah, but what you can do here is you can assign assign that to go through different guitar modes. So if you'd rather you had like one whole setting you had saved as a Les Paul and another setting you had saved as a Strat.
Oh my lord!
So that's.
I just wanted to switch between these 4 different presets you got in here, 5 or whatever.
Yeah. So tuner you saw, drums we messed around with at the beginning. I mean, I'll put the drums back on. You had several different beats. I say more than several. Here you go. Let's get Pete to play some classic funk. I've got to admit, the drums are actually much better than in the sort of, if you spend like 100 to 200 pounds on a multi-effects unit.
Yeah.
This little sync button that says sync on, that is syncing to the looper.
Yeah.
So if I come out of here and I go to the looper, now I've actually got the pedal connected here, so I can stop the loop.
And you get a count in as well, don't you?
Yeah. Do you want to do so? If I go back to
use that loop and that beat.
Okay. I think I switched the drums on then. Go to the looper. Here we go. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, you get the count, don't you?
Can I loop on top of that?
We'll find out.
That's it.
1, 2, 3, 4.
That's a very heavy tone for me. That's clever.
This is not included in the price. No. This is like an optional extra. This actually works as a Bluetooth controller for lots of different Mooer devices. But obviously we're using it with the guitars. I'll show you that actually. This little icon, I thought this was a pickup down the bottom here, but it's not. It's the icon for the pedal. So I click that and then I can switch between whether I want it to work as the looper controller or as, changing the presets if I want to.
If you've got this and you're sitting at home on your sofa, you put your headphones on, you've got that little thing on the floor there, you stick on your drums.
Yeah, it gets even crazier, right? I mean, this is where I guess more experienced players won't need this. There's a chord finder. So what it says,
oh my God.
So let me put you back to your clean tone here.
So I can play my.
But it's, from what I can see, if you're just looking for inspiration, you can say, well, what's my root chord going to be? Well, let's say my root chord is D. My style, I want this to be like a, I don't know,
whatever,
a minor thing. And then it'll say, oh, well, look, here's 3 chords you could play. Here's a D minor. I don't think it does anything. I don't think it plays anything, but it's just like, it just gives you some ideas for chord progressions. Yeah. We can rename I think it gives the guitar like a default name of its serial number, but if you want to rename it something, you can change the language, make sure you got the latest software version.
It was quick to update it, firmware. You open up, you logged on, it just went, there's a new firmware update, boom, done, quick.
I talked about this idea of a help thing. Yeah, if I'm on any page and I'm not really sure what's going on, I do the little question mark, and it comes up on the screen with all your different exclamation marks, and you click one, and it tells you what's happening over here.
And you know what? It sounds nice, man.
That's enough of the Mooer bit of it.
I'm going to switch that off here like this, look.
Now let's just focus on just the guitar bits.
Let's do that.
Right, we are starting with the S800, which is mind-blowing. Because this
intelligent guitar.
S800 is $349.
349.
So
What?
it's basically the price of a Squire classic vibe guitar.
But with all of this stuff built into
You get gig bag, you get USB cable with it, so that you can obviously for charging and stuff. The guitar itself is, I'll tell you what the spec of the guitar is here. So roasted maple neck, you've got a choice of rosewood or maple boards. Bolt on, obviously, we've got here standard C profile fingerboard.
Yeah, it's like very standard C.
12-inch radius, 25.5-inch scale length. And all the truss rod adjustment is in the easy access place. American basswood body, high gloss finish, a 2-point trem system. So yeah, I think that's one of the main differences between this and the next one up is the cheaper trem system. Obviously, you get all of the Mooer GTRS electronics in it, but the analog pickups that are in this are a GTRS own brand. So it's an Alnico 5 humbucker with a pair of matching Alnico 5 single coils as well.
Well, let's see what that sounds like, shall we? So it's a neck pickup. Position 4. And here's middle position. Here's the position 2. I think it splits that humbucker, doesn't it? Now here's the humbucker. Let's do some drive. Nothing wrong with that. For 349 quid. I know, and it's insane, man.
So just to remind you, obviously for this section of the video, we're now just into Pete's normal pedals, normal guitar amp, just using it as a normal guitar. Loads of different colours and stuff on this, so all the S800s will appear on screen now. S900, we probably don't need to play because it's got the same set of pickups in, but the 900 is the blingier one.
Oh, so you get some goldy.
Yeah, if you like the idea of gold hardware and gold anodized pick guards and everything like that, you can elect to bling up.
And that'll have a rosewood board or whatever this is.
It's up to you again. If you do 900, you get maple, and 901 you get rosewood, or whichever way around it is. Other way around.
Other way around. Good.
Which not only is a bit more blingy because you've got the gold hardware and the matching headstock and the gold anodized guard.
And the gold and the gold and the gold.
And I think that does come in some other colours as well.
Yeah.
It's now wireless ready as well. Full wireless into your guitar amp ready.
So that goes into your amplifier?
Yeah, so we charge this up. This would go into my guitar amplifier. No need to have one of these plugged into the guitar. It's all built in. Boom, go. Mental, right? So that's the S900. A little bit more expensive, the S900. I guess the bulk of that cost difference probably is the wireless. So that's jumping up to just under 600.
But the same pickups, right, and everything
same
else.
Same pickups, same neck profile, same timbers, same. I think are the tuners the same? Just gold plated.
Yeah, gold plated, same.
Fine.
Timber.
Next.
Yeah. Hand me something, bro.
Much more contemporary.
Holy, don't poke my eyes out with that thing. Holy, look at this carve here.
This is the M800, M for modern, I'm guessing. So let's just tell you the specifications on this.
That's a string through body, look. That's amazing.
That's a nice bit of hardware there, isn't it?
Yeah, a nice bit of hardware. That's what she said.
So again, we've got a standard C profile. It's an older body. It has, again, the GTRS own brand pickups in it, but now we have a humbucker in the neck and the bridge.
Switch.
What else we got? Obviously, again, we're not going to keep going over all of the fact that you can use the intelligent thingy, whatever they call it in there, super knob.
Super knob.
Dual action truss rod.
24 frets?
Yes, there we are. Something
Has it got stainless steel threads in it, or? I mean, should I be asking that question? Reverse headstock as well.
It's got Cupro nickel jumbo frets.
Oh, look at this. It's got a little carve in here in the headstock.
It's nice. I think the guitars are really nicely made.
Metal plate as well. Little mirrors. Look at it.
That's beautiful.
And it's sparkly. Black neck. Black.
And it's £629.
£629. I mean, I'd assume people won't play with dad blues on one of these. That's pokey, and this is no pedals at all. Let's do the old protein cream side.
What kind of tuners have you got on there, Mr. Pete?
Locking tuners.
They are locking as well, are they?
Guitar branded, locking tuners with the small little. I like this. It's nice, man.
And that's like a satin finish neck, right? Not a gloss finish.
I'm not sure I've ever in my life seen anything as long. Maybe those ESPs, you know, with the.
I've never seen anything as long as that. Especially
not when I have a pee. You know what? I really like the carves in this. Look, if you check out here, it's got this sort of carve on the top there, and a little bit in there, and this is great, man.
No, it's good. Right. So that's the M800,
yes.
And again, I'm sure at some point colours came up on the screen for all of you people that love something a bit more contemporary. Let's move on to the P800. So the P800 comes in at about 700 quid, and this is, obviously you can see, this is like a pro-grade version of the S800.
What's the pickups in this one?
So we've got a roasted flame maple neck, it's all the same radius, a choice of maple or rosewood fretboards. Yeah, sorry about that. Alder body, lots of different colours, which will be on screen now. I guess the main difference here, though, is we have got hum-cancelling single coil pickups.
Hum-cancelling?
So still GTRS branded, but yes, so a regular humbucker but hum cancelling 2 single coil pickups. And we have a Wilkinson VS50 Mark II tremolo system, and just generally speaking, it's like a higher quality, nicer sort of fret job.
And what's the wood?
Lock-in tuners, alder body.
Yeah, lock-in tuners, alder body now.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you get all the good bits.
So yeah, this is like like a spec'd up sort of Far Eastern Strat style guitar.
Instead of calling it a Wilkinson Trem, they could call it a Wilkinson Trev.
They could, couldn't they? Absolutely. Or we just call him Trem Wilkinson from now on. Right, there we go.
They definitely got.
I just realised that's the super posh Wilkinson Trem system that I'm sure, is that the one that is on the Pete Thorne Sur, where you can lock the strings into the system and... what is that? This is the WS50 Mark II. You'll have to look that up, but it's a posh Trem system.
Middle position. I think it's there, it splits it again, doesn't it? That's a good sounding bridge pickup. Straight in, no, let's see, with a bit of... proper. That's nice, man. Nothing wrong with that.
There you go. So that's
They play nicely.
that's the sort of the top of the range traditional looking one. Obviously now Pete's been looking forward to playing this all day.
I played it. Look at that neck on this. Look at that neck, man. Check the neck out on
Yeah,
this.
there's a few with flaming necks on them, isn't there? Would you like me to take the green one?
Yes, please.
No problemo.
Green.
There are two wing models, the W800 and the W900. I thought there was a third model, but I was wrong about that, so... Anyway,
I could be also completely wrong about this, but this has got these nice little look. Copper little. It's a nice little trim system.
That looks a lot like the trim system that goes on the Hills headless guitars that we've started doing. Anyway, so W800 is. I've lost my pricing, which is about 600 quid, wasn't it?
749.
750. Sorry.
Yeah.
It tells me here that we have a rosewood board. We've got a 25.5-inch scale length. We've got an American Alder body. We've got again a GTRS Alnico 5 own brand pickups. I guess the main thing is, of course, you've got that whole intelligent, guitar effects thing.
We're talking about the guitar, me now.
Yeah. There's not much else to tell you. It says it's 24 frets of high oxidization resistant white copper. Oh, and they're fanned frets as well.
Yeah, it's fan fret.
So it's a pretty decent spec headless guitar as well, isn't it?
So let's say you want a headless guitar, and you go Strandberg. The cheapest one is like 900.
Not with fan frets.
That's what I'm saying. No fan frets, and not with all this system in it.
And the Hill stuff, which obviously is cheaper, but again doesn't have fan fret and doesn't have the guitar effects stuff.
I mean, I like my headless guitars to have Enduro neck on them.
Endura, absolutely. No, it's a nice piece of rose.
It is a nice piece of rose. Yeah.
Okay, let's have a little listen. Lots of colours on screen.
So just because I'm just gonna put this Cloudburst on. That's pokey, that pickup. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man.
And that's it. I was wondering if there might be more for me to tell you about this, but there is not.
No, I like that colour.
Yeah, the W900 just does the iridescent was the word.
That's like my personality.
Paint finishes, so it changes colour in the light. Look at the neck. They both got the same neck. Beautiful 5-piece.
This one is glorious. This one.
Roasted flame. So that's it. That is the
Where's the serial
GTRS. I just saw it here. It's on. Mine's just here. Oh, I think it's part of the QR code, the serial number, which is pretty clever, right? That is it.
With the music, what you mentioned before, we were going to jam out, we'll take all this away, go back to plugging them straight into the DI, and then running some music through.
I wanted to see if I could also stream music as well.
I'm sure you can, so we'll do that.
Look, so that's it. Mooer GTRS, everything from 350 through to about 750,
850.
I think. 850
That's
was the dearest.
849, yeah.
Okay, so it's a lot of guitar. And honestly, I'm genuinely, I would buy this as a guitar first, with all the gubbins built in it as a bonus. I genuinely don't think that the best thing about these guitars is this. I think genuinely...
Really?
I think the guitars are really good guitars.
The guitars are great.
With this as a bonus. But
yeah, but I think, yeah.
Or are you thinking more,
I think the whole
it's all
thing
about this, and it's sort of the bonus bit is that the guitar's all right.
Let's say if let's say you got a house in Spain somewhere, right? Which of course I don't have, and probably will never have. But you just buy one of these guitars, you stick it down there, and you charge it up, and then when you're down there, you jam, and you can put your headphones on. It's
but only Spain.
but only in Spain.
Not Portugal or
No,
anything
no,
like
well,
that.
Portugal is, I'm in South Africa, on Cape Town, up on the hill there with the
It's a great
Table
shout.
Mountain.
I mean, you're bang on right. I mean, how many hundreds and hundreds of those little micro Mustang Katana Go things get sold?
Yeah.
And this has got way more in it.
Yeah.
And
A good thing about those is that you can use them on any guitar. True. But that's
We're rambling.
We're rambling now.
Let's jam out to.
Please like, subscribe.
Yes. Okay, so there was one final question here, and that was could I stream music from my phone whilst using the app into headphones, DI, whatever. Let's find out. Yes, you can. It's all yours, Pete.
Is it mine?
This is volume 7, Open Ryan A minor. Do it.